Well, hello, friends. Let me take you a little tour today of the Roscoe Historical Museum here in my hometown, Roscoe, Texas. Just a little place for a little town, but it's got some neat stuff in it. Old pictures, old artifacts. I always enjoy it. Runs entirely on donations. Somebody wrote a song about it here a while back. Leslie Huff, one of our local guys, pretty good musician. Still have sandstorms every once in a while. This one was back in '53. And that's what downtown looked like. Main Street. We'll walk out there in a minute and kind of take a look, see what we got from that corner. It's not too far away. It didn't say what year this was, but judging by those cars, that's sometime in the 40s. Let's see what Main Street looks like right now. Not as much hustle and bustle. Some of the same old buildings. Rainy 4th of July weekend. Saturday, July the 3rd right now. We're having our celebration today. Got a lot of rain this morning, so it's kind of got people at home. Here's a neat old trophy. This is from our neighboring town of Sweetwater, Texas, where they have the world's largest rattlesnake roundup. Somebody at the 14th annual from Roscoe got the smallest snake. How about that? A little barbed wire collection, a bottle capping machine. Some of y'all beekeepers would know what that is. They still use stuff like that. Let's take a walk in here. It used to be a bank. This used to be the Roscoe State Bank back many years ago. So it's got some of those artifacts in here from that. Here's a picture of my dad in World War II, Robert Lavoie McBride. Kind of see where I get some of my silliness from, I guess. Another great little collage of men that served in the military here from Roscoe. Some of y'all may remember some of these faces. Don Richburg, good guy from Roscoe, Texas. He served as a tomb guard for many years up there in D.C. It's a neat book to go through on the men and women of World War II from Nolan County. Neat old book. I've thumbed through it many times. Roscoe Times. If y'all read the Roscoe Hard Times, that's Dr. Duncan's online blog about Roscoe, and it's the title is kind of a throwback to the Roscoe Times, which is a good paper for a long time here in Roscoe, Texas. Got taken over by somebody else, and now it's called the West Texas Times. You don't want to be in that paper, trust me. It's kind of low quality. Old radio. And this is from our old post office here in town, which has been long since tore down. These were the old post office boxes. Always thought they were pretty neat. I remembered our combination for a lot of years, but I can't remember it now. Our box was 165 back in those days. And over here we got a collection of old Gleaners. That's this one's pretty new. This was from '03. How about that? Flying with Style. That's our high school yearbooks, or our school yearbooks. Called a Gleaner because a plowboy, after he get done plowing, he gleans the field. If y'all didn't know what gleaning meant. Here's my yearbook, 1987, the main attraction, Gleaner. This is when we went to the Bahamas. Me and my crew, my graduating class for our senior trip on the Britannis. Neat ship. We were a little disappointed in it at the time, but it turned out to be a great trip and a memory of a lifetime. And the old ship, if you ever want to look up the Britannis, has got some neat history. We had a good time, for sure. But anyway, at any rate, that's us. Way back in the day. Uh-oh. You got a curator in here. He might chew me out for knocking stuff down. Just in case you was wondering where Roscoe is, we're right there in Nolan County. So, how many of y'all ever typed on an old manual typewriter like this? I know we get some kids that come in here every once in a while and are just fascinated by this thing. I remember typing on one of them. Got some great old picture albums to thumb through. Wish it had a little bit more information in them. A lot of folks are guilty, like me, of not writing down stuff on the picture albums. All right, so moving along, let's take a look at some more artifacts up in here. We'll kind of speed things along a little bit, maybe. Look at these cotton pickers. Unidentified field hands pause while pulling bowls, 1932. My mother tells about picking cotton when she was a girl for a nickel a sack. Had to fill one of them great big old sacks to earn a nickel. And what a tough time. Now this building here, I actually went to kindergarten in. Most of it was torn off. The bell tower was gone. The second floor was gone. That back half was gone. So only the front part of it was our kindergarten building. Kind of neat to know that I've been there. Look at this cutie. John Strother. 1945. World War II going on. Just a boy. Old guitar gin. If you hadn't picked it out, we make a lot of cotton around here in Roscoe, Texas. Whew, you ever shaved with one of those? They call them a safety razor, I think. They weren't that safe, I don't reckon. There's a side saddle for ladies. If you don't know what that is, take a look up. Wasn't ladylike to ride with your feet on both sides of the horse, so you had to throw them all on one side. I can't imagine how uncomfortable of a ride that was. Some old Letterman jackets. These old bleachers are still at Roscoe High School. A little bit redesigned. And look at the size of this diploma from Roscoe High School back in the day. And they sure were proud of them. And they should have been. Back then, a high school education can get you a long way. Yeah. That's right. We got Dr. Duncan, the curator and professor emeritus.
That's me.
Retired, come back home to Roscoe, an old plowboy. We're just taking a tour of the museum, Dr. Duncan.
Yeah.
We're going to put her on the YouTube later and see if we can get any views. Take them through a few of my...
This is a good picture. I got this not too long ago.
Oh, wow.
That's Roscoe in 1901.
That's
As you can see, now this is down, this is where Smackers is.
okay.
And that's the old city water tower, and the city water tower was right behind Smackers, right about where that mural is now, you know, right in that area. And then this was an old hotel. Those ladies are up there in a hotel. And this, you can see, is a restaurant, but it says "and confectionery."
And so you get your dessert there too.
And if you look at these men, they've all got malt glasses in their hand. They've been in there in that confectionery, and they bought their dates. They've been in there getting sweets.
How about that?
And then there's a companion picture that goes with this, and they're out in the country. The same people are out in the country with the watermelons. They're eating watermelon.
Well, they're having a high time. I wonder if that was the 4th of July.
I don't know. I think it was a Sunday because they're all dressed up.
Oh, yeah, maybe so. 1901, that's before the city was even founded, right? And the city was...
Before it was
the
incorporated.
charter incorporated in 6 or 7?
7.
7. 1907.
Roscoe Times and the Roscoe Bank started in 1906.
Okay. And I have fond memories of my grandfather making us ice cream in one of these.
Yeah, you sit on the top of that thing and one cranks, and then when their arm gets wore out, well then you trade places.
Yeah, that's exactly how we do. We'd sit there and Granddaddy'd crank. Yeah.
That's an old one-row plow. I guess 2 rows. I guess 2 rows because it's got a.
Yeah, it's got that companion to it.
Yeah.
It'd take a long time to do 100 acres with that, wouldn't it? Blacksmith's forge, some tools. All these old tools fascinate me because I like building stuff with my hands.
You know, it used to be when you got an old car, it came with a set of tools,
Yes.
Model Ts and things. And that's what a lot of these are, because they were out in people's garages. I mean, not garages, barns.
Right.
And they never, you never throw a tool away. You might need it.
Yeah, you might need it.
So that's why we've got plenty of those old car tools.
Yeah, and they were all kind of unique. Just some weird looking ones, like this guy here. That was one of my favorite ones.
Who knows what that is?
Yeah. And this one this is one of my favorite exhibits in here, this anti-theft device. See if I can knock a little of the dust off of it. That's a McCurry anti-theft device system. You know how that worked?
No.
You had a key, and you'd unlock it, and then you'd put this around your steering column, and you'd lock it back. That way, if anybody ever found the car, they'd know that it was stolen, because you couldn't cut this thing off very easily.
No, you couldn't.
So I thought that was kind of neat. And then let's see.
The jail is the electricity's off.
The electricity's off in the jail.
Yeah.
Well, I got a little bit of a light, so we'll see if we can.
Pat May's original pistol is here. This is his.
There it is.
There it is. That was his pistol he used. His son donated that to the museum.
Oh, how about
5 years
that?
ago. And here's a picture of Pat with his pistol
With this pistol.
in 1940 or 41.
Old time lawman.
Yeah.
And this was the bank vault back in the day.
Here's a spittoon. You don't see many of those anymore.
No. This was the bank vault back in the day. That's old stove. Justice Court stamp. Oh, it's kids get a kick out of this one.
Yeah,
when they come in here usually. The bed, and of course they always get a kick out of the toilet there. And of course George Parks, Boys Club. Was a man that influenced a lot of generations, from Dr. Duncan's, actually predating you a little bit, didn't he?
Oh yeah, predated me by 20 years. He started in the 1930s.
Yeah, and then all the way up until the 80s when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So that's a long time of service to
50 years.
To a community. Old barber chair.
That's an old barber chair, and this is the old beauty shop. You want to get a perm?
Yeah, this is another one of my favorite exhibits here. The old beauty shop equipment. The old hair dryer and this thing, this monstrosity that they used to get their perms done in, getting their curls set. How'd you like to sit through that? I mean, that looks like some sort of torture device. Oh, what a neat deal. And let's see, what do we got? Oh, we're going some of the World War I stuff here. Back many years ago.
That's the old switchboard for the telephone company.
Oh yeah, I forgot this was in here. That's a long way from, me taking this video on this telephone I've got in my hand, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This was a modern addition,
Yeah, with the dial, with the rotary. Hey, most kids wouldn't even know how to call their friends on something like that now.
No, they don't.
Cotton carding. Cotton carding paddle.
My grandmother told me about those. When they picked cotton in the fall, they would keep a certain amount for themselves, and and have the seeds in it and everything. Mm-hmm. And they'd use those things to rub the cotton, and then they could actually make, quilting material and stuff like that from the cotton that they had.
Wow. XB Sanders. I actually remember XB.
Yeah, I do too. He was the first baby ever born in Roscoe, born in 1891.
How about that, yeah? Oh, wow. Just love history. Gotta love history. And let's... What kind of implement that was?
I don't know. It looks like a guillotine.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what it is. Maybe you guillotine your mouse or something.
Old cash register.
That is that was a sewing machine. Miss Sanders gave that. She got that for Christmas when she was a little girl, and it actually works.
How about that? Little girl's sewing machine. Put my hand down there for some reference. Now, most kids don't even know how to thread a needle anymore.
No. Don't even know what a needle is.
Yeah. And this is old tire machine here. What that is, let's see. What else we got over here? And this stove, this must have been a fancy stove back in its day.
Yeah.
3-burner gas.
Here's an old Singer sewing machine with a treadle that you do with your foot, and that's what makes it go.
Look at those old steamer trunk. I guess that's what they call them, where you put all your stuff in when you traveled.
Washboard.
Oh, well, and then let's see, we got some more old tools in here in the Cooper family collection.
Yeah.
These are some real old tools from your wagons and
Yes.
those are some heavy duty post hole diggers.
Single tree, that's what they call
Yep.
it. And then those saws there for cutting trees.
Yeah. You know what you call that double buck saw in Louisiana?
No.
A passe-partout. That's what Mother always cut. She told me that. That's what's a passe-partout. It means a push and pull.
No, Louisiana, I don't know about that.
grinding wheel.
License plates.
Old plates, yeah.
I used those license plates for dating some photographs.
Oh, really? Yeah.
You see if you could see the car's license plate, then you can come in here and look at this and find out.
Kind of find out when it was built, huh?
Yeah.
Or when the plate was registered.
Right.
Well, that's a heck of an old meat cleaver right there.
You darn right. How about this for a Christmas?
Yeah, isn't that funny how it's all curved, and it definitely serves a specific purpose somewhere.
Yeah. There's a reason for that, but I don't know what it is.
Me either. And then, of course, folks that don't know, these are branding irons.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be West Texas without a branding iron somewhere in here. And
What did it say?
JC.
JC, Rockin' JC or something.
Yeah, Rockin' JC, I think is what that would be. Backwards, I've never been able to read them until they was on something.
There's a lot of different ones there.
Yeah. And they were all registered to somebody at some point. All right, well, that's our little museum. Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home.
Oh, this is the cream separator.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how it worked.
Modern conveniences. We forgot all this butter churn.
Yeah. Oh, man, I tell you, my aunt used to do that. Now I'd tell her I'd want to do it. You can do it about 4 times and then you're ready to quit.
You're to be done with that, huh?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, folks, that's a quick look at the Roscoe Historic Museum. And Dr. Duncan, thank you for letting us walk around in here and giving us a lowdown on the new pictures. Oh, look at this old horseshoe here. That's one of them big old.
Big one, yeah.
That's a big one. That's one of them big
horses.
Percherons or one of them big ones.
Budweiser horses.
Yeah, Budweiser or Clydesdale. I could spend hours and hours in here, but I've been at y'all for 22 minutes and 30 seconds.
Right.
So I think I want to sign off and let y'all get on with your business. Thanks for watching. Y'all have fun out there.